All right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We're here. It's Dorm All Stars. Baby, we're doing it. Oh my god, I got you backwards on the screens. Whoops. You should all mute yourselves. But I accidentally got the cameras in the wrong spots. Wow.
I just didn't want to say anything.
Why didn't you say something? That's embarrassing. Okay, hold on. We're all Halorin now.
Off to a rockin' start.
Yo, we're doing it, too. Yo, we're doing it. Hold on.
So, you remember, like, whenever we cast together, people were like, are they twins? I'd be like,
Yo.
We're all James Baker now?
Yes, we are all James Baker now. Excellent. So, okay. So, I guess we should probably tell people what's going on. A lot of you are probably familiar with what is happening. For those who aren't, basically, there was a bunch of, like, skin codes and stuff left over from Dorm, and a bunch of the admins were like, yo, we should do something with this. So, Valerius reached out to us, and he was like, hey, guys, you want to do this, like, cool tournament thingy? And we were like, sure. So, basically, what we did is we contacted all the top 64 teams, and we were like, hey, do you want to compete in this all-star thing? And then us casters and the admins drafted the God Comp, and... In theory, we all drafted our best teams. And then they're going to battle it out, Battle Royale. We've got 68 skin codes to give away, which is a metric butt ton of skin codes. So, yeah.
I like your quantification skills.
More skin codes than one needs.
Yes. Yeah, like a stupid amount of skin codes. So we're going to be giving a ton of those away. We're probably going to have more skin codes than we have viewers, unless something drastic changes. But that's fine.
I mean, there might be a lull time between HGC and HGC.
Oh, that's true. I don't think we're gonna get that sick HGC host because that's not how they work.
That'd be neat.
That'd be neat. Just for the 30 minutes in between games. Yeah, I don't think so.
Highly unlikely. Well, actually,
I believe.
Well, how fast was the first series?
Yeah, how fast is EU gonna just kill themselves? That's the question.
Pretty much.
So
is that the Green Power Ranger, Lauren? It is. Don't tell anyone. Shh, that I'm the Green Ranger.
Yeah. Everyone's favorite Ranger, let's be real here.
Same.
I mean, I don't know much. Braun's our resident Power Ranger expert.
Wait, when did I become the resident Power Ranger?
When we were sitting in the office, and all you did...
I was about to say, that was...
Oh, yeah.
Alright, fine.
Yeah. Okay. So for those who aren't aware, when we worked on Dorm, we had this little pod, this little office space in like this other building across the lot. So we would just like live there basically because our internet at the hotel was garbage. So we had this little pod, it's like 4 computers, and like these two sat next to each other, and I sat across the way, and I'd look over sometimes, like around the computer, and I just see Braun over there. He's like sprawled because that's how he sits, and he's just like giggling, and it was invariably Power Rangers. It was Power Rangers.
Okay, so for those who weren't aware, Twitch has been starting to do large marathon streams of TV shows. And so they were doing Power Rangers in leading up to the Power Rangers movie. So they played every single episode of the show. So, like, if you watched any of Bob Ross's The Joy of Painting, you know that wasn't just people enjoying the painting. It was a troll fest in the chat the whole time. This is basically just another troll fest, just Power Rangers related.
Yeah, it was silly.
Braun became our resident expert in all things Power Ranger. I learned so much about... I didn't know there was such a rich tapestry to the lore of Power Rangers. I was sitting next to Braun.
That moment when they pull out the Quasar Sabers, man.
Dude. I remember sending out a tweet. I had like the most blank face, and like Braun's just riveted by this freaking Power Rangers. I was just like,
it was a rehash of my childhood, and it was also hilarious.
Yeah, it was
too much fun.
It was silly. Okay, so I just want to confirm for people in chat, new computer, new setup, everything. So make sure if the levels are off, like if one of us is drastically out, please let me know. Little housekeeping stuff. We're going to be doing giveaways throughout the show, so keep an eye out for that in chat. Our lovely admins are going to be doing that. So for those who aren't familiar, it's how the tournament functions at a basic level. There's going to be 2 best-of-3 series. Winners of those play best-of-5. GG easy. And we're doing it. So we went through and drafted, and I have all your drafts here, so we can go through them. So we're gonna get started with that. I wanted to wait a second so we get people in chat check this out. Are we ready to go? Should we do that? Should we get to the?
Yeah, I mean, I'm ready.
Are we ready? Brownie, you ready?
Are we
Yeah,
ready?
Same.
Are we ready? Okay, so first one, because Halorin, you were the first to pick. You are going to go over your draft first. I don't have any particular order here. Maybe you just go through and explain why you picked each of these players.
Okay, so I had the luxury of having the first overall pick of the entire draft, which was pretty daunting, all considered, because I went into this, I had a lot of ideas to pick up, but my first pick of the entire draft was none other than our good friend Drake Pichante.
Oh baby.
I think the world of Pichante. He's a really cool dude. Not only is he a very skilled player at the game, but I just feel like he represents like all the positive ambition about the amateur scene through as a Storm. Like he's a nice guy, super chill. You know, you never see him get like I've never seen him get tilted in a game. He's just like, better luck next time. Like he's just I think a good example of what a competitive player should be like. So I don't know. And I casted his first charity game, so this is really cool.
Oh, that's pretty rad. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you
So,
can't see him. He's a handsome gentleman too. We don't have a picture for him, but ooh, guy lifts. This is good stuff. All right. This whole roster actually. Okay, so here's the thing. We had so many great players to choose from. We have like so many great stories like for all these people. Just like let's rip through it because like we gotta get to the games by 10:30, man. We gotta like let's give her.
Okay. I went with FZIgnition. I got to hang out with him a few times. When I did a podcast for a little while, we got to talk about the game a lot, and I just really respect his game knowledge. I thought he'd be a very good tool from a strategy perspective to add to the team. And during Dorm, his play on Murden during the Tomb of the Spider Queen game was one of the best things. Like the way he was interrupting enemy team's rotation was just like hysterical to me. I think Mochree's a really cool dude. I've gotten to interact and play with him a few times, and as I think this opportunity would be a good chance for people to see that there's a lot of good players out there. So I really wanted to see Mochrie involved. TheWinds is a friend of mine that's actually like followed my stream and stuff like since way before Heroes of the Dorm. And I didn't even know he was on LSU until I looked at the roster. I was like, wait, is that like my friend TheWinds? Like, oh. So that was cool. WhyHeroThere, I think, impressed a lot of people over the course of the tournament. I remember talking to him going in and around the 64 when we're like profiling players. I was like, hey, we're like making you like a player to watch out for. And he's like, oh, I don't know. Like, I didn't expect all that. So he's just like this really humble, cool dude that's really good at the game. So I want like a really strong assassin on the team. So I was really looking to get him on. And Yuuj is just a great player all around. Another really strong strategist style of player. And in this double support meta, having someone that has a strong support background but also can range flex, I think adds a lot to any team comp. So I like my comp a lot, my draft.
So what do you think are going to be like their tools for victory? Yeah, and like what do you think are going to be like the things they've got to do in order to take it home today?
I think they need to pose enough of a threat with WhyHeroThere Zeratul to get bans on that hero to open up other meta selections for them. I think they would do really well with a double support composition. I know players find it effective if a little boring to play double support, but I think that's really strong in the current meta, and they definitely have the tools to enable that. And just have a hard engage. Like TheWinds is a really strong ETC, FZIgnition's a really strong Murden. So I just think there's a lot of tools in this comp.
Awesome. I think we're excited to see that because like all these guys are super solid, and obviously like TheWinds was definitely one of those like standout players that we got to see on Warriors. I'm excited to see, and obviously I've known FZIgnition since the first Dorm, so that's cool. All right, moving on. We got the admin draft. I actually brought in Balarius here. He's sort of the one of the brains behind, or the person who's sort of inspired this whole thing. So Patrick, what's up, man?
What's up? Yeah. So yeah, happy to be here. We're really excited to be doing this. But the reason why we picked our team is we kind of, a lot of my admins have been working for a long time, like for the past couple of years. And so we took the top tier players who we've seen like compete over and over and over again. as well as like stand-up individuals, and we thought that they would work well together. So we got like Dan Lee for 3, you know, from UConn. We got EToby, who's just a solid support. And I don't know, we're really happy with our team. It's not updating for me. So we think that we have like solid support, solid tank, and then we have everyone else who can flex, right? So we're really confident that they'll be able to play well together, and a lot of them have in the past. So that's kind of why we picked who we picked.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
a lot of names. EToby, obviously one of the probably the standout support player of the entire tournament. So the
And then,
Ebros.
you know, you got Raffle, Jusamlee, Watcher, and then Wrath. Wrath and I went to school together, actually, and we competed in the first storm together. And so I know he's a really solid player. He's done amateur stuff. I mean, a lot of these guys have done amateur stuff. So, yeah, like I said, we took who's been around, and we're really excited to see how they do.
Awesome, dude. One last thing
Yeah.
before we say goodbye. Just so you're gonna be you're helping to run the giveaways. How do people in
Yeah.
the chat get involved with those giveaways?
So, the admins will be posting in chat. You'll either see me, who I have a mod tag, or Chaz, I believe, who I think I might have to get a mod tag for him.
Sure.
And we'll have keywords. You just enter in that keyword that it might change depending on when we do it. And like it will probably be !raffle. And we'll just randomly assign X amount of skin codes for people who enter. So.
Awesome. Sounds great. Well, thanks so much, man. And I'm sure we'll bring you back in at some point. Get your thoughts on how the games are going. That's good stuff.
For sure.
All right.
Yeah,
dude.
good luck, guys.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right, Braun, you're up next. Walk us through this, because
Okay.
there's some players here that people may not be as familiar with, like watching just the AM scene, but who really stood out in dorms. So, like, give us your thought process on this one.
Yeah, so I was kind of trying to see what everybody else was drafting in terms of players. So I opened up with Alt F4, someone who I think has been a good assassin and off tank and has played pretty well over the course of Here's the Dorm. Played for UCI, so was part of one of the top 4 teams. I thought he'd be pretty good to start with. Then I ended up getting Kevin because I couldn't have both of the Ebros, but I got one and wanted him for a solid tank. And then one of the other things is I picked every single one of my assassins also plays tank. So I have Alt F4, or not every single one, but a lot of the assassins can all play tank. So Alt F4, Draded, and Karakov can all kind of pseudo tank, so they can run double tank. And Dank Means can also play support. So combine that with Wolf, and you can go both double support and double warrior composition. And I was basically looking for a balanced team of dorm players with, you've got Draded for high mechanics, you've got, Wolf for very good cleanses, and then Kevin to get up in the front line. So I think my team overall is pretty balanced.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I mean, just the raw flexibility, I think is going to be crucial there. And obviously, like, depending on how teams want to run the double tank, double support, all that kind of stuff, I feel like that's really going to be the big influence here is how comfortable they feel running it, because it's still fairly new, the whole double support stuff. But like,
Yeah.
I like the thought process there. So yeah, I mean, Wolf, one of the standout support players as well of this tournament. Obviously, Kevin is the god tank. He just consistently clutched for his team so hard. Korakov as well was just a solid tactician the whole time through. And of course, Draded, can't underestimate the Draded. So I dig it. All right, I guess I got to talk about my draft, who is the most stacked draft. I'm gonna. I just went for this. Yeah. Oh, so we're gonna be. There's a little trash talk going on throughout as our teams. Oh yeah. Okay. So my thought process was that there's like no chance for these players to get any sort of synergy together. So I'm just gonna get the best mechanical players I can find, throw them on a team together, and hope
Open
for
with
the best.
Cure.
Open with Cure. So we opened with Cure. Because of the way it was a snake draft, I was the last pick, so I got to pick 2 in a row. Of course, that means you pick up Cure and Domo. You pick up 2 of the most dominant assassin players in the scene, or in dorm, and then you have them go have fun. And then I basically just picked people who I knew could flex around that. Juri was a super standout support player for me, so I grabbed him as well. Frosty is just consistently solid across the board. Halorin can fit in so many different places, like, and he's scary. Like, he legitimately brings in respect bands, and of course, like Ishbu's been killing it in the AM scene right now. Actually, basically, a lot of these picks were people who were doing as well, as much as the AM scene as much as in Dorm. I really want to look at like their current performance as well. So yeah, that was sort of my thought process to this. I think for these guys, it's really just like enable the star players to go off. It's really just if everyone can just like be cohesive and like let everyone like show off, I feel like that's when they're gonna do well. But who knows?
Draft me the god.
You snatched my friend Dreary. I was picking him up. I was a little soft.
Dude, his mouth play is dumb. Like it's straight dumb.
I know.
He doesn't miss roots. He doesn't miss roots.
I know.
Oh man, it's good. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna hop into our first game here very shortly. And for those, I'm sure we'll be starting the giveaways as well in chat, but we're gonna hop into this first game. So you guys are up first. So, or wait, no, who's up first? Someone versus the admin team. Halorin, is it you versus the admin team?
I don't know.
We know what's going on.
Show up and talk about video games because we're good at this. We know.
Yeah.
I saw on the chat. I was asked to rate. If you're reading this, please rate Jusamlee on a scale of Brad Pitt to Brad Pitt.
Like different Brad Pitt characters? Because we could do that.
Like Benjamin Button.
Like Benjamin Button to Mr. Smith. I mean, in which end of the spectrum are we talking here?
To answer that question, I would say same.
Yeah. So let's figure out what's going on. Again, like the admins have been doing such a good job, but there's been like such a barrage of messages that we're just sort of like, yeah, we'll show up and cast. It'll be fun. It'll be good. And I was like, yeah, I'll make all these overlays and stuff. It'll be good. And then we're here now. Hold on,
It's like, oh, like we should do stuff.
Yeah, we should do things. Okay.
Roflcopter said, under Dan Lee's subtle smile, he leads this bunch. I have a hunch that with a punch, he'll break this meta with a crunch.
Wow.
Wow.
Poetry.
That was an emotional journey I was not prepared for.
I was not ready for that this early in the morning.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. So it is Lauren. It's your team versus the admin team up first.
Oh.
So
these are all best of threes, right?
These are best of 3, best of 3, best of 5. Oh. So looking at the admins, so we'll commence some trash talk, because you know, as we do,
as one does.
Looking at the admins team, we'll bring it back up here. Okay. Looking at the admin team, who do you think is like the weak? Who are you gonna go for? Who should your team like try and
weak link? Now see, I don't
want maybe not the weak link, but who? I see. I don't want to insult people per se, but like I want to like. Oh, okay. Halorin's team's in a game. Okay, good stuff.
They're in a game.
Control your soldiers, my friend. What's happening?
Look,
okay,
man, I just got him in the same room, and that was
okay. Halorin's good. Get him in game. Okay, never mind. You're good to go.
Okay.
All right.
Looking at the admin roster, just from a notoriety perspective, I feel like a lot is gonna rest on Watcher's shoulders. In that, like, you know, you see Roflcopter on the roster, it's like, all right, like we know Roflcopter, like we know what he's gonna do, we know what he's capable of. As far as like times we've seen plays happen, like I feel like Watcher is probably the question mark to the general audience. So like if he's able to engage and enable the rest of his team, then it's gonna be cool. But if the tank position gets shut down, then I think my team will do really well.
Yeah, I think so. I think if Rofl, if you guys can capitalize on his aggressive positioning, it's going to be big. But Wrath, too, and Danley, both huge playmaking players, but also could potentially get caught out. So I feel like there's like, they're either going to go huge or get gone on.
Yeah, he's just, out of those 6, like, he's the least I've seen. So I'd be most curious to see how he holds up.
Yes, indeed. So we are in our first game. The map is going to be Infernal Shrines.
I've been invited into a lobby.
You've been invited into a lobby. We are all here and we're ready to go. Oh, baby. I gotta fill out some stuff here. Let's do that. I hope this doesn't turn it off. Hold on, it's gonna kill the camera. Whoop! Here we go. Hold on. We did it. All right, so team number 1 is going to be admin versus Halorin. That's going to get confusing to say. It's fine.
Admin versus Halorin.
Yeah.
I feel like we should have named our teams.
Yeah, we should
I was
have.
trying to think of what I would have named my
We
team.
should have.
We say we should have. We can right now. You want to take? What do we get? Chat feedback. Let's get chat feedback and have chat name our teams.
Oh.
Let's get some chat involvement, guys. What should the admin's team name be called? And what should Halorin's team name be called? If we like them, we may use them. I'm all down for ridiculously hilarious.
I'm gonna go for Rowboat or Rito for my team.
Rowboat or okay.
Rowboat or Rito, not Riot. Rito.
Yes, the good overlords Rito. What do you think, Source?
I have no input on this as I think about my team's name.
Okay. All right. I have my default team name always.
Just name them like the admin team. Their name is the Administration.
Oh, yes. The administration.
There we go.
You like
I
that?
like it. Yes. Are we all ready? I think we're ready.
I believe so.
Oh, baby. Game number 1. We're starting a little early because we originally had a whole bunch of time to talk about our teams because we were originally going to do the draft live, but then we thought that was like unfair to the players who like didn't know if they were going to get drafted or not to like show up. So we're like, we should do it ahead of time. So,
I mean, we could have done the draft live, but it would have had to have been done a separate day kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, what happened to we could have done like a pre-show. Oh, hindsight 2020. That would have been fun.
Yeah, that could have been a thing. Maybe next time. Next
time.
Storm All Stars.
WhyHeroThere has been removed. Get wrecked.
Oh, Rackarinoed. Oh yeah, so each team has 6
sounds.
players. So they gotta like decide like based on like they've all gotta swap in. Like everyone's gotta play. But they gotta like figure out like who's gonna play what
Who's
and all that
playing
kind of
what
stuff.
game?
Yeah.
Right. Because that's the other part of it. All 6 players end up playing. Team Ginger Dread? Kyle, you know you're wrong for that. Dead by Daylight.
Oh. Game. Heroes. Work, please. There we go. All right. So Team Halorin is on the right in the red trunks, and Abin's on the left. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I was right?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
That first ban Lily.
Wow. So hold on. My team's gonna ban Lily out first. That just feels wrong. I don't know.
I mean, Lily pretty strong right now.
I know, but like
Top
I've been
DPS
saying
Lily.
secondary support Lily's been sleeper OP for so long.
Oh,
What
wait,
world?
I figured
have
out
we
what my
ventured
team's
into?
name should be.
Okay.
I figured out what my team's name should be. It should be Professor Source's teaching assistants.
or the TAs for short.
The TAs.
The TAs.
I knew you'd like that.
I like it.
Yeah, I like that.
it.
That's good. All right, so Gul'dan is the first pickup here. Obviously, super strong for the zone control. That consistent damage. Fell Flame has become the build now, and I'm kind of sad about it. But at the same time, holy crap, does it hurt? Yeah, with the Oriole denied as well. Interesting the fact they still wanted to go for that, considering that's like one of the common targets. Obviously, Medic is still around. Amalf, I would expect to see high prioritized. What do you guys feel about Zag? Let's talk about Zag here, because this is a map we could see her on.
I feel like Zag is the new Lunar. Where like she didn't really get changed a whole lot, but she just started showing up again for some reason. And like
I mean, when Lunara showed up, it was so that you could get, like, you had ability damage on auto attacks. Like, the poison was letting you get around all this new tank shenanigans. But, yeah, no, I feel like people saw Zagara do, like, terrible, terrible things to people, and now they're picking it where they shouldn't. Like, yesterday, when B-Step played it, I didn't like it. When GFE played it, I did. Like there are places for her, but it seems like she's being kind of picked flavor of the month. Lily, there's all these Ariel bands coming out. Like it seems like everyone's still trying to figure out the new meta.
Yeah, honestly,
wait,
for me, this
we
feels
got,
like...
we got Zeratul.
Ooh.
GG.
Who's your Zeratul player?
WhyHeroThere.
WhyHeroThere. Yeah, I know. I'm just... his Zeratul was silly.
He's a human highlight reel on Zeratul. On shrines, no less. So I'm
Yeah, this feels like some deja vu.
right.
I don't know whether or not your team can pick Diablo, but it'd be hilarious if they did.
Yo, that Tower's a
Uh-oh.
Doom game though. That Tower's a Doom game though. Just giggles. Yeah. For those who aren't familiar with what we're talking about, like some VP APOCs were had. Let's put it that way.
they-
VP on cooldown.
Yeah.
VP APOC.
VP APOC Twilight Dream into the Horrify. If somehow you're still alive, which you're not.
You
Heard
would
you like being
not want to
CC'd
be
for days.
forever.
Yeah.
100% for clarity. How long, in what unit of time have you been saying that Lily Sleeper OP? Oh, well, actually, it's a good question. I've been saying it for months.
Yeah, but for months it
months.
wasn't actually sleeper OP.
Oh. See,
Now it's legitimate OP now.
like, yeah, her E does a lot more damage now since the buff, obviously, and that's why she's kind of like a thing now.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm just saying, in the right situation at the back end of a draft, that's an enemy team is heavy AA. I've legitimately thought she was pretty much broken. Blinding 4 people on like an 8-second cooldown, pretty much.
That's true.
It's nuts.
Well, I think it's interesting that they buffed her like right when Cassia came out.
Uh,
They're just like, hero that synergizes off of blinds. Another hero with blinds.
Solve for X.
Solve for X.
Oh wait, is Genji allowed in this?
Yes, Genji's allowed.
but nobody plays him.
Yeah, because he's kind of
Yeah.
underpowered. Let's
Yeah,
be
he's a
real.
little-
Blizzard went and didn't give him the
Or as we
Or
do
this.
No, wait.
Nobody
And
plays
yet-
him. He's kind of underpowered. Locked.
And yet,
who's gonna play that for the admin team? Is that gonna be
Does
Dan
the
Lee or Wrath?
ooh? I don't know.
I actually don't know who plays it.
yeah, neither
Dan
do
Lee
I.
would probably be on Falstead.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Or
Dan Lee's
Raffle is on Falstead. That's the other thing. Do we know? We know.
so you watch them like troll us, and like the people we picked for support ends up like tanking or something.
I mean, they can do what they want.
They can. So here's the thing: we've given them no instructions on drafting. We've given them no we have zero input in this. They just showed up and were like, play. So they're doing
Yeah.
this completely of their own volition. They're deciding their own leadership structure, who's shot calling, who's drafting. They're figuring this all out on the fly. They've only known that they were a team for less than an hour,
Yeah.
which is fun.
which is just fun.
Well, I mean, we don't get to do a lot of events like this. Like, I'd love to do this with the HGC teams too. Like, just put everybody together, make it like a massive SEL tournament, essentially.
I think that'd be fun. I also think this comp that my team put together is pretty fun.
It's spicy.
Okay, so WhyHeroThere Sonya or WhyHeroThere Zeratul? Because he plays both.
Either way, man. Like, this comp is pretty scary for
This
Infernal
comp-
Shrines.
This comp is dirty. Like I like
Right.
the
Yeah,
ad-
it's-
yeah.
Yeah, it's got plenty of control. Now, what does this Genji? So this double tank Genji comp do? Like, last pick Uther. I feel Uther.
Yeah, I think it's gotta
I
be.
think Uther would be the way to go here.
Because here's the
So
thing.
you last
Like-
pick Uther and let Genji go ham with a D shield.
Well, Genji goes in. What does he do? Genji loses to Zeratul because of Vorpal. Genji literally can't trade into Gul'dan through Life Drain.
That's
So,
what I'm saying though.
He
Like,
can't
it
trade.
has to
This
be a
Genji is
Dragon
just
Blade
so
combo.
countered. He's countered by the silence, by the stuns, by the power side, the spin, the Vorpal, the Life Drain, by the silence, by the Horror. He's I don't
He needs Uther.
even that.
He actually needs Uther. And it's not. Ooh.
Ooh.
It's
Instead,
not even
Wolverine.
just for Divine Shield. Like, he needs a 75 armor because
So triple
stuns
dive.
and roots are going to be there.
This looks like a triple dive blow up the back line. Like a noob goes in, Genji goes in, Karazim follows up right behind. They
Yeah.
pop someone and they win. They get advantage off of double global, give up the first trine, like all soak, all control, and then pick somebody.
I
I
think so.
agree. Like,
I
they
think-
got
like, I
out macro.
think- I think that's how you play that.
Like, Genji doesn't really help you do that.
Yeah, this Genji, there's got to be purpose to this Genji. We'll see who.
It's Jusamlee.
We'll see who's playing it.
It's Jusamlee.
Wait.
Yuuj
okay.
on Zeratul, of course.
Wait.
What?
Yuuj is Zeratul.
Oh, WhyHeroThere isn't even playing his game. Okay.
Okay.
See, this is part of the fun and excitement that is all of this.
Yeah, this is basically a pickup tournament in the best way possible.
in the best way.
Like everybody coming out, like everybody lacing up their Nikes, coming out in the court, ready to style on some kids.
This is like NBA Street.
Yeah, this is NBA Street.
This is like one. Is this so? It's gonna be 2 best-of-3s between the 4 teams, and then the winners go on to the finals. I don't think there's really a 3rd or 4th place.
No.
No,
We're playing for bragging rights.
ain't nobody got time for that.
This is.
All right.
We just need to keep running. We need to make a tournament series. Heroes Street. Heroes of the Storm Street. Just
Dude,
pick up tournaments.
That's
Dude,
it.
that'd
All
be
right,
freaking
guys.
awesome.
I'm gonna leave you to cast. You guys are gonna hop into this. I'm gonna say adieu for now, but you guys hop into it. We're gonna get into the game. Have fun. Oh my god, this is exciting.
All right. Professor, you want to call off the administration?
The administration. Over on the left side, we have the administration. Roflcopter on the Falstead, Jusamlee on the Genji, Wrath gonna be on the Dahaka, Anubarak being played by Danley for 3, and Karazim gonna be played by EToby.
Over on our right, we're gonna have Rowboat or Rito. Yuuj is on Zeratul. FZIgnition's on Sonya, Pichante, Spicy on Golden. TheWinds is back home on ETC, and Mochrie's gonna round it out on Mount Period. Oh, now look at this synergy right here.
Dude,
The
best spray. Hit him with the like I'm waiting. I want just a regular question mark, so when somebody dies, I can just hit him with a question mark. Variant is close to good, but
I still feel the animated thumbs up is gonna be the best spray.
that's a pretty good one.
You beat somebody on 1v1, it's just like nice try. With that.
I need my animated salt shaker, man.
Ooh, I'd be all about that. Wrath is not all about this getting ganked business, and with next to no health, manages to skate out of there.
Ooh, Genji shows up. Genji does his damage. He pokes him with a stick. It's not a particularly sharp stick. I mean, eventually, I think Genji will be good when he does a bit more damage because his mobility is still kind of through the roof.
Yeah. Genji's feather duster probably could get tuned up a little bit, but both these, no takedowns just yet. The macro plays starting to make itself apparent, but FZIgnition's giving Wrath some trouble in the top lane while the rotation goes on between mid and bot. It looks like both of these teams just kind of like biding their time, waiting for the first shrine.
Yeah, there's no point in over committing super early, especially for the administration, just because they've so much global. Like you don't even need to fight. Eventually, you're gonna, if you get like 2 good stalls or like 2 good stealaways in terms of skeletal defenders, you get like maybe 20. That gives you enough time to get maybe 2 waves or so. Time that by 2, and you might end up a level ahead going into level 7.
Yeah. I think that's what we're going to see lag F after the power slide. I'm curious to see how the administration really approaches this first shrine phase. I definitely feel like Rowboat or Rito has the stronger team fight early on, just off of ETC and Mouth's route to follow up alone. Face melt on Jusamlee is going to force Genji back a bit as defender count racks up. And yeah, it looks like they're just looking to avoid the early part of the game.
Yeah, but here's the steal though. If they can, oh wait, Raffle came in and Yuuj looking for him.
He goes in pretty heavy. We see Jusamlee on to deflect to save his own bacon. Mochrie in a tough spot, and Malfurion actually is going to get taken down. Yuuj misses the W, still doesn't matter. Genji does get taken down, a 1-for-1 trade, but with no support. This could not go the way of Rowboat or Rito really quick.
Ooh, EToby, he went in pretty deep, trying to reenact the ending of Logan, man. That was too much. Feels Logan, man. I would have expected them to hold off and just poke in to try and steal like 20. They decided they actually kind of want to fight this. They have the level advantage, so right now, bit more damage, bit more health. Question is are they gonna be able to survive? Wrath is pretty deep in there, and they go for Pichante.
There we go. The lockdown is set up. They're able to take down Goldan. Falstead, another 1-for-1 trade for both of these teams. 7 defenders away are the members of Rowboat and Rito. Make that 5 in rising. We see the stun go in. The impale on FZIgnition to follow up. Going to try to spin to win. Spins out there. Keeps himself alive somehow before finally going down. But it's all jazz hands for the Mortar Punisher.
All right, so they played it a little bit long. It wasn't like super great macro. They probably could have left, but at the end of the day, they're up about half a level, and they just go back to soaking. Nobody's here to actually push with this Mortar Punisher, so they've kind of given up on it. Gul'dan shows up, but that's not going to be a great amount of push on his own. If they needed Sonya there to kind of get in their face. So, all in all, advantage to the administration.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely agree with that. As far as net result goes, that was a less than standard amount of value out of the first Punisher. You're ahead in experience with a composition that arguably is weaker in the early game as far as team fighting goes. You can't feel too shabby about that. I feel like Dan Lee for 3 as a noob rack is making more of an impact than I anticipated going into this game from a draft standpoint.
So do you know if Jusamlee is a Genji one trick? Because like, where's this Genji coming from? It isn't playing bad, but it isn't like super like impactful. Whether or not Genji is making the jukes, and Yuuj got him.
Gotti. I thought we might see some banner in the all chat after that one, but Falstad will be back sooner rather than later. FZIgnition continuing to get the upper hand in that top lane. Well, with 3 members down in the bottom part for Rowboat or Rito for the moment, they're starting to like really apply pressure in different lanes as far as raw wave clear goes.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're trying to catch up. They're still that half level down, more or less. So it's close to a third. So for the moment, they just need to wait until they can force their opponents to actually show up to a team fight. And based on the way the administration collapsed on that middle fight, it seems that they're a little like playing true global takes a lot of synergy. So they know they can do it, but they're a little cagey on whether or not they feel comfortable pushing it to its limits because these guys don't really know each other that well.
Yeah, and I mean that's one of the really cool parts of this tournament. I feel is the pickup nature of it all. It's like, yeah, like we all know how to play the game. You know, that high level coordinated synergy you see out of tournaments like the back end of Heroes of Dorm or like the HCC is just not going to be there because this could very well be the first time these guys are all playing in voice comps like this.
Oh yeah, most definitely for almost all of these players. And so that then, you know, it changes how they're going to play the game. And it also makes it so that if you do see some crazy synergy or some insane combo that takes perfect skill, it's like, wow, like lightning, like the planet's just aligned for that play.
Heroics are here or near on the way for the administration sooner than Rowboat or Rito, and that's got to be a point of concern for the team in red. EToby gets a good amount of damage blown in thanks to FZIgnition as the next shrine phase opens up. Neither one of these teams have sent all hands on deck to the objective just yet. It looks like both teams looked at the top of the screen and are like, let's get our heroics before we really step in here like this.
Yeah, it's also it's Genji. There isn't a great shrine taker for the side of the administration, so this is going slow no matter what they do. It's like Genji won't clear it quickly, EToby won't do it that well, and fight in the bottom.
Nice interrupt by TheWinds to save that drag. The Mighty Gus is gonna save the bacon of both Roflcopter and Wrath. You have your heroics, but when you're down 2-4, it's probably not gonna be a very good time for you. But meanwhile, tons of defenders have been racked up for the administration. They should be able to get their first Punisher of the game. Heroics are on the board now, though, for Rowboat or Rito. I feel like if they go in here too hard, it might be a little too late, but don't tell that to them. TheWinds hits the top rope.
Ooh, that was a little bit of anti-synergy there, but they still kind of have everybody isolated. They should be able to bring down Wrath. That's a good tongue in by him to put some damage on to use adaptation, brings him back up to full. He'll pop some essence. Oh, he's not going anywhere.
TheWinds eating the shots on the tower for the body block. They set up the takedown on Dahaka. Impale from Dan Lee for 3 disengages for the moment. FZIgnition is going to spin out of there. 8 defenders away from their first Punisher are the members of the administration. But if they press in, they should be able to come away with this. But for right now, Rowboat or Rito, they're putting up a pretty firm wall.
I mean, better to play it slow. Dahaka will be back up. He should be able to Z back in and just burrow himself to wherever he was. And so Rowboat or Rito, they took a lot of time to get here, but they knew they could abuse it because, again, there was no quick shrine clear for the side of the administration. That's a good power slide in.
Yeah, power slide in. The power roll could have been there. You see the cocoon go out.
Oh,
locking someone up for too long. Gul'dan on the back end, though. Genji finds value. Dan Lee for 3 leading the charge afterwards. The X-Strike goes in, sets up the takedown on Sonya. 3 for nothing so far. The Mighty Gus sends TheWinds away from home for a moment. No follow-up by the rest of the team. Alfarian's going to get taken down as well. And we're starting to see some of this team fighting pros from the administration.
Most of that was on the back of Wrath. He came in right at the right angle, was able to lock down Gul'dan for the entire time. Pichante couldn't do anything. And so you set up that much of an early lockdown, take out one of the major damage dealers, there's not a lot you're going to be able to do. And Ooh, aggressive play by Jusamlee. I don't know about the X-Strike, because, oh, that's a lot of damage. Wait, he might have just killed himself by shielding himself. Lack of synergy with that palm.
Jusamlee does get into the bubble for the moment. The follow-up damage is for sure going to be there. Karazim and Genji both get taken down. Arcane Punisher is going to get snapped away. And the cheeky macro play of continuing to press and get the most value before the Punisher comes out doesn't exactly pay off, but someone gets put on a Zach Morris timeout for the full duration. The Winds comes over, help their team. Oh, huge! Woo! Just gets out.
Yeah, I think if the Winds hadn't shown up, they would have just stood there and killed them. But yeah, their desire to get more on the map costs them the fort top. In terms of overall experience, it's not huge, too much of a gain for them. So that's a little bit of a loss overall. They should easily be able to get that, but they probably could have pushed in and maybe gotten some keep wall damage. So a little bit of over-aggression from the administration.
I agree. I mean, I like the idea behind it. As far as this team playing together for the first time, it's like, hey, don't get the Punisher just yet. Let's push and try to get the most amount of value. So I like seeing that kind of synergy, but sometimes you got to know, let's just get what we can safely and make sure we're able to get at it. Because I agree with you. Otherwise, that would have been the top 4 at least. See some further pressure going on in mid. Yuuj is waiting in the wings. The Horrify goes out to save Pichante's skin. Roflcopter on a chase. Yuuj shows up, but the EToby Karazim, Jusamlee showing up on the backline out of nowhere. That's going to be another takedown for the administration.
Yeah, so I like the Genji dash to de-stealth Yuuj. I think that was pretty solid, and here comes everybody. It's a lot of damage on EToby. Here comes the silence.
That new game, Hero Storm. Let's just team fight and deathmatch. EToby is able to get out of there. Sliver of health. Jusamlee and the crew gonna mount up. Yuuj continues to press the issue, lands the Seeker in the dark before teleporting away. And then that disengage from a noob wreck helps put the end to that little progression. But that's something that Rowboat or Rito's gonna have to watch out for. The moment you have 20% health or less, Genji's gonna be there.
Yeah, and I mean it's X-Strike Genji, so you have to be worried about him popping up over a wall you wouldn't be expecting. Yes, Genji can dash over walls. Yes, Genji can flip over walls, but you can actually get a lot of additional distance off of the X-Strike, so beware the Genji rotations just popping up and him finding somebody who is low.
Next shrine is going to be up. The Bruiser camp is already snapped up by the administration. Sonya's going to try to pick up their own. They do that just now. Doc will hang out, try to get the most amount of value possible for burrowing down. It's going to put Rowboat or Rito at a disadvantage. Sonya doesn't exactly have global presence, so if Falstad and Doc can show up, she'll be late to the party.
Yeah, and they're already going to pressure her, put some damage down, possibly even get this fort so that they'll hit 16 pretty much mid-fight. At least if they're willing to commit to it. They seem a little scared of FZIgnition.
Yeah, I guess they don't want to press in too far. They would have to eat tower shots. The Bruiser Camp Shaman guy, he's not going to step in there himself, so they're just playing it safe. It's paving the way, though, for Rowboat or Rito to get ahead and defenders up to 19 now. But like you said, Professor, level 16 is not too far off for the administration, and that's going to put Rowboat or Rito in a tough spot if they don't get takedowns.
All right, so they've got the Haka still up there. Oh, actually, the Haka's showing up now.
There he goes. He burrows in. Raph got a ton of value flanking last time. The reduced armor on FZIgnition is going to be a cause for concern. Mochrie does get taken out of the cocoon. Frozen Punisher already picked up in a Twilight Dream. The Hawk is not going to be able to escape. The Void Prison goes down. Yuuj pays with his face. The Winds just is outside of the Void Prison, so he's not going to get the set to follow there. The burst heal is going to land. The Divine Palm's not going to be enough, though, to save Falstad in the end. Jusamlee's like, oh, guys, it was a prank. I'd like to go now.
Yeah, unfortunate timing. If they left the Hawk up there a little while longer, they would have had 16 going into that fight. They just seemed a little too split on the commit. The timing was just off, and that's pretty much just because lack of a team having played together for that long. But this is a big advantage for Rowboat or Rito. If they can get that Genji, they almost had him with the root.
Yeah, if they went through the other small wall, the Winds could have followed up with a power slide. But I mean, that's just how it shakes out. I like this decision a lot, though, from Rowboat or Rito. No bias. They're gonna go ahead and back away while the Punisher's still alive, so they don't get caught overstaying their welcome. Help themselves this middle fort for their trouble. I like it.
Yeah, and then they can easily rotate up to top because they've already got Zeratul kind of out there getting the push going, or they can go for the camps, which seems to be what they're going to decide to do. So clear out the camps. Bottom camp won't be up for a while, so I mean they still have plenty of kill potential. Maybe they just look for a pick And yeah, usually going to rotate down. Maybe that's what they'll go for.
Pursuit of Flame and Prog Rock both have been completed as quests, so that'll be added sustain from ETC. Good amount more damage from Pichante. Looking for the invade though. FZIgnition helps themselves. EToby's like, nope, I don't know if I'm gonna dive in all. That's just a siege camp after all. Impale goes out after the burrow for the disengage. No middle fort. There are some shots still left on that tower though, but it doesn't look like Rowboat or Rito are gonna press the issue.
Yeah, no need to over-aggress. They can rotate up top. Oh, Raffle. Yuuj was ready for it.
My Raffle senses are tingling, says Roflcopter. He's like, I don't know about Hearth and Deck right here.
More like my Zeratul says, like, this is a Falstead. Falstead Zeratul has been the age-old Falstead gets wrecked by Zeratul. So, like, he's like, my Zeratul senses are tingling. Something is coming to kill me.
He's like, I don't know about all this. Has the presence of mind to back away, but both of these teams just kind of circling around each other, not knowing the full positioning. Yuuj looks to get some damage on EToby. Danley for 3 tries to burrow in after Zeratul, does get the impale, but Zeratul is going to be able to back away. Roflcopter rotates up along with the rest of his team. There's some posturing around this top fort, but I don't think either team is going to try to commit too large just now.
So, I mean, this is all advantage for the administration. The more that Rowboat or Rito is unwilling to commit to a fight, the more value Dahaka gets by scurrying around the map. He's already rejoined with his team, so Wrath will be able to clear way for them, and oh, maybe they get somebody.
Oh, a nice set of interrupts from Danley for 3 to follow up is not going to be there exactly. He's eating a boatload of damage, actually. He might want to be a little concerned. Stage dive is up, though, so if they do need ETC at a moment's notice, there is some global presence to be had by Rowboat or Rito. But with that siege game getting picked up, that could get some value if this top lane shrine becomes a thing.
Yeah, and Winds is going to keep pushing, so full global ability, the value of having stage dive to counteract most global compositions. The Gust!
The Gust! Do we have the follow-up? Horrify is going to try to isolate a Nubrek for the moment. Stage dive shows up. Pichante is already taken down, though. Dahaka does get to wait to respawn himself. Danley for 3. Do you have your burrow? Yuuj is on the chase. Can he get them going? Can he get the takedown there? Cocoon already broken. Danley for 3 gets the impale. Tries to turn on FZIgnition. Spinning a win is Sonya. EToby dashes over to Yuuj. 1v1 Zeratul Karazim fight like you see all the time. 1 for 1 so far, so takedowns.
I mean, if Genji did real damage, consider how many people would have died. Because Genji landed a 4-man X-Strike. I was just like, oh my god, it's a 4-man X-Strike and all that way. If Genji doesn't hit hard enough.
Yeah, Genji's wiffle ball bat not going to be too influential in the team fight overall. Jusamlee is definitely going to be looking for his opportunity. Roflcopter will Hearth back, get himself some mana. Wasn't spotted out by Rowboat or Rito. Only losing 1 for 1. I mean, the Shrine phase hasn't even started yet. So as a net result, I definitely think this is something that's favored Rowboat or Rito. They're a lot closer to level 20 now, so that's a huge power spike for them and a tier advantage.
Yeah, and I mean, Yuuj has been secret soaking, stealth getting all that experience for them to make sure that they had 20. And now looks like the members of the administration, they're cutting their losses. They know they can't contest for that top. They don't want to get in the middle of a team fight and have them peak 20 and finish the fight. So they're going to get as much as they can around the map, make sure that they have 20 and defend under keep pretty much.
This could be a big moment. Defenders gonna keep getting racked up by Rowboat or Rito. Level 20 should be here though. Oh, taken down here. This could be disastrous for the administration, but Wrath is there. Back his team up. Yuuj is like, oh, I've done basic arithmetic. Oh, wait, hang on. The heavy rotation. Yuuj should be, this is a little personal. This is personal. He throws down the Void Prison to save his own neck. That's a huge cooldown, but in this situation, I think that's the worthwhile trade. Throw the heroic down, save your life, get out of there. That way your team can push later on. I like it.
Yeah, and now that everyone else is retreating back, they've got, it's a 3v4 here. Granted, there's a Punisher, but they can avoid taking too much damage from it. They can easily either burn down the Punisher or manage to just decide to get a pick because the new rack was keeping the Winds busy in the mid lane.
Yeah, the administration has a lot of tools in their arsenal. They had the armor reduction on the Punisher itself. They have Mighty Gust if the issue got pressed too hard. Only going through the top keep wall this late in the game is definitely something of a victory for the administration. You don't have to worry about catapults just yet, but they got to go to the other side of the map. So far, Rowboat or Rito has not even lost a fort yet.
Yeah. Feels good macro game. Well, I mean, you picked a heavy macro composition and were unwilling to fully commit to it on the side of the administration. They should have gotten either top fort off that Arcane Punisher or bottom fort off of just insane split pushing. Meanwhile, Yuuj is on the hunt, looking for Roflcopter. He's just gonna dog his steps all day long. And I mean, I like this aggressive Night Steal. They need to get something going. And oh my God, he almost got him.
Oh, I think Yuuj continue to try to press the issue. I mean, that was a lot of damage. A lesser skilled player would have been waiting on respawn for sure. But now has Yuuj been called out? The Unpale Burrow says yes. Zeratul gets rocked, doesn't even get a chance to drop Void Prison. Doc is going to try to burrow out of there. EToby has plenty of members to dash to. Cocoon's going to isolate one member. Mochrie going to step forward. Has Twilight Dream. A nice impale from Dan Lee for 3. Definitely stalls out the advance there. Bolt of the Storm still available though for Mochrie if he wants to get a little cheeky about this, but I think he's just going to try to walk away with his team. X-Strike goes in though.
Ooh, there's the gust.
Mighty Gust, Dan Lee for 3, catches the silence on Falstead and Anubarak. The burrow goes in, Pichante is the target, eats a boatload of damage, gets taken down. Dan Lee for 3, sustaining for the moment before finally getting taken down 2 for 2. This is turned into a death match, Professor.
A bloody royale, as it were. They're gonna be able to continue to chase them. It's just, those X strikes, man. I don't want to hate on Jusamlee because he's landing great X strikes. Just it doesn't do any damage. Although he's got living weapon now, so X strike gets reduced by cooldown for each hero hit. So X strikes on X strikes. This is my ultimate attack anime style.
Yeah. I mean, what it does is it ends up putting a lot of pressure on Roflcopter's shoulders because they have to get the poke down to set up actual takedowns from those X-Strikes because X-Strike itself doesn't have that kind of burst damage. And it's allowing Mochrie to keep his team alive long enough to either, get the upper hand in a team fight or at the very least just trade out takedowns. And there haven't been too many instances where it's like the administration just flat out won a team fight and were healthy enough to do anything about it.
They also didn't win that with Yuuj already dead. That is a problem in and of itself. Like, Yuuj was already gone, and they were just short on damage. So unless they can just put that damage on the Malfurion and just reduce him to nothing, or at least bait out the ice block very, very early, they're gonna have a lot of trouble finishing anybody with the current build that they have.
I agree with you. Yuuj is already back to business. Gets dragged though. Dan Lee for 3 throws out the impale. The root does get dropped by Mochrie. Frozen Punisher will make its way down the middle lane while fights goes on between mid and bottom. Brad lowering the armor of Sonya. TheWinds looking to see if his team wants to press the issue. There's the burrow for the disengage. Yuuj gets a boatload of damage put on him. Jusamlee gets joined by Roflcopter on the flank. It looks like there's a little lack of synergy on how these teams want to engage and focus their burst damage, and it's resulting in no takedowns so far.
Yeah, not yet, but Sonya's baited through a lot of Dan Lee's health, has gotten a lot of advantage. Basically, they had to use Adaptation and Cocoon to deal with just Wrath of the Berserker, so all in all, that looks pretty good for Rowboat or Rito, and they've still got this Punisher, so maybe they decide to push for an end, depending on how the fight goes.
1 or 2 takedowns could be the beginning of the end for the administration. Punisher is going to chase down one member. Dan Lee for 3 could be a target. Mighty Gust going to save Anubarak for now. The power slide goes in on Wrath, though. The root to follow up. Burrow to move away. EToby keeping his teammate alive. Yuuj on the flank. X-Strike lands squarely on Yuuj's shoulders. Not enough damage to net a takedown. The Void Prism does go out on 2 members. And the defense holds. Like, the middle keep does get taken down, so that's catapults to worry about for the rest of the game, but no damage on the core. Jusamlee is able to just barely dash out of there. That could have gotten interesting.
Yeah. I did see that X-Strike was down to 6 seconds after that, so had that fight continued, maybe he gets a massive amount of value off of it because he landed it on 4 members, yeah. I think, or 5. I think he actually got a 5-man X-Strike.
I mean, that was about as perfectly placed as you could think. Like, Yuuj is already pretty low on health, and that X-Strike landed right on the top of his face. Like, that should be a takedown. I think that was proof that X-Strike could probably get buffed.
Yeah, it's possible that he could have gotten the job done. And again, they continue to chase after Yuuj. Don't commit the gust to that fight though.
The cleanse was there though. The wind dragged by Wrath. No takedowns just yet. Yuuj again on the flank. Roflcopter throws the hammering out. Don't mount up just yet. We're trying to back out of here if you don't mind. Yuuj, though, he has not stopped playing this game aggressively, whether he's gotten taken down or called out or not. I like that persistence. Ooh. Jusamlee, perfectly timed deflect. That would have been a lot of damage to worry. Saved himself a good amount of trouble there.
Yeah, they are slowly losing this fight, and it's a macro global team that's having trouble winning team fights. It's just kind of the way it goes. So for them, they're going to need to find a very key pick. Either bring down Gul'dan or bring down Malfurion really before the fight starts. Sure, you could possibly catch Yuuj, but you don't want to spend too much time committing resources to hunting down a Zeratul unless he's really put himself out of position.
I agree 100%. I mean, this is going to be a really difficult situation for the administration to deal with. Like, that little progression there really tells the story, for me, of the pitfalls of their composition. They try to defend the bottom keep. They ultimately fail. The bottom keep goes down. But then a siege camp walked right up to the core, so it's like the pressure that Rowboat or Rito are putting on the map are taking away the merits of a global composition. And even the response that the administration is trying to put forward isn't even successful, so it's just like they're losing out on both fronts.
Yeah, I mean, it is possible. They could just win a full team fight and game, but that's going to take a lot from them. And ooh, they managed to get on Malfurion, but no one was there to follow up.
That is how you start to get yourself back in the game, though. Mochrie is going to keep himself alive. Yuuj dancing around enough to serve enough of a distraction for the rest of Rowboat or Rito to show up. 21 defenders in Rising to only 6. And it's starting to feel like the administration, they have to win this team fight. This Punisher makes his way to the core. Mighty Gust goes in. The Ice Block is going to save Malfurion from being put out of position. And Falstad gets erased by Yuuj's burst. Hi, Zeratul.
Yeah, that looked good for them for a second, and it's not over yet.
Stage dive goes in. Twilight Dream the follow-up as well. Asmo isolates Wrath. How many options do you have for escape just yet? The burrow goes in. Jusamlee manages to avoid the Void Prison. Yuuj has next to no health. Extract for the disengage. That falling sword? Using the arrow just to get out of there. Zeratul does get taken down by EToby. Do we see the thinking spray report? Yeah, report.
Yeah, got him.
Toby. Too soon.
That's the other fun thing about all of this is teams get to play against their teammates.
Yeah, those guys, they gotta enjoy the banter back and forth about all this. But with so many things on the map, a healthy Arcane Punisher, 2 keeps down, the Bruiser camp pushed into the remaining keep, Jusamlee's low on health. I don't see how the administration are going to pull this one out. Shield's going to start to go down, and Professor, I do believe this is going to be game 1 going over to Rowboat or Rito.
I mean, yeah, they came out with a composition that was willing to fight, and again, I don't want to hate on the Genji too much, but I think if the Genji had been something that did damage, things would have died because a lot of those team fights got pretty even.
I agree. And I mean, what's ironic is you look at the stats after the game. Genji got 80,000 hero damage, only behind Sonya.
No, but none of it is finishing power. That's the problem. Is Genji can't finish the job. He got everybody low. He almost finished multiple targets, but he doesn't really have the skills to just pop someone.
Right. I agree with you. I mean, conceptually, with their comp, like it should have been Genji or Falstad. I feel like those are setup heroes. Like they're the bump set part of the composition. You need an exclamation point like a Li Ming or some kind of burst damage to actually get those takedowns. When you rely on both of those to be your core damage, you run into those situations where you're more sustained DPS, and even just Malfurion by himself with a double warrior comp is going to be enough to get you through that.
Yeah,
that was a good game. That was a solid game. Those team fights were so hectic. We're so spread out. There were so many individual fights happening. I was like, zoom all the way out. Let's try our best here. That was a lot of fun. I mean, honestly, considering, again, this is literally just the first time maybe some of these guys have played together, or I'm sure they don't play together here, but like in this sort of way, there were some really coordinated efforts, some really good shot calls. Like, you wouldn't know, like, these are... Like, that's comparable to anything we see in, like, low-tier HGC.
Right. I mean, and I think it speaks to the overall skill level of the players. They understand the game enough to where even if they haven't had a bunch of time to play together, they know the general ebb and flow. They know how things are supposed to go. So I'm not surprised to see the game be as entertaining as that was.
Yeah, I mean the Genji, like, put up sick damage. Still, Jusamlee did work. The issue is just that
It didn't finish the job.
it didn't finish. Like, the X Strike literally did nothing. Imagine if that
Well,
did like 20%.
the other thing is they picked a global comp. If they'd been permanently ahead, then every skill gets value when you're ahead by like a level or two.
Right.
So, you know, Genji got really close to finishing people off. They have a little bit less health. He's a little bit more damage. Maybe he starts to win those fights. Maybe he starts to snowball. Maybe people stop getting away from him with 1 health, and he starts getting more dash resets. Like it's possible that the Genji could have gotten the job done if the rest of the comp had been played perfectly. But that's hard to ask if players haven't played together.
Yeah, getting in the lobby now. Looks like we're going to Towers of Doom for the next minute. Interesting. Let's see. Hopefully they stay on the same side. I don't, you know, that always tilts me personally. But WhyHeroThere steps into the ropes.
Yes, indeed.
You know,
so,
Yuuj tool impressed me though.
it was pretty good. It was pretty darn good. So, guys, if you're watching in chat and you're enjoying this tournament, be sure that you go tweet out about it, talk about it. These are the fun community tournaments that I know it's during HGC, but HGC's all day, every day, every weekend. So we got to do what we got to do. So if you guys are enjoying the stream, be sure to check that out. And, of course, hit up my buddy's Twitters here as well. Talk about it. We're going to head right into Game 2 very soon here. We're going to get into this. That's the joy of having actual professional admins, is they just set this up and we rock. Like, there's no downtime between games, which is rad. So,
I like showing up and talking about video games. It's pretty neat.
It's nice not to have to worry about teams taking 2 hours to play a match. Sorry. I'm triggered by that one HGC Open. That killed me.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff. All right. So,
Roflcopter gave a pretty good account of things. Yuuj just ganked me every 5 seconds. It definitely seemed like it felt personal. It was just like, is there a false stat on the map? Yes. I'm gonna go check.
If Rafa was in a lane alone ever, just cue Jaws music.
You said we upgraded our Zeratul player. Pretty awesome. All right.
I mean, Yuuj literally could have just had that. Like, if this had been a stream, and Yuuj had a soundboard, every time he came up to Raffle, you just press the button. Dun 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 dun.
oh man, if I'd been given some warning, I could have set that up. Come on, guys, we can do that.
Because how was I supposed to know?
How was I supposed? Yeah, I, as Halorin would say, I wasn't warned.
I wasn't.
Oh, like great. All I asked for was a warning. That's all. I think that's fair. I like how that's become more of a meme.
Dude, you made it a meme. Like you use that at every opportunity. You have no one to blame but yourself.
It's just funny. Like I'll just like tweet at somebody and then like out of nowhere someone replies with a Ginger Dread and a Zebo picture. Like no context. Just like
yeah. All right, Towers of Doom. Honestly, I just want.
Wait.
Statistically speaking, how much of that is just so Jusamlee doesn't get it? It's just like denying it to him.
You mean the other team denied it, or his own?
No,
team?
his own
Right,
team.
no,
His
I
own
think-
team's
yeah, I
like, you're
think
not
that's-
picking it again.
that feels like full BM right there.
It could also just be a throwaway ban. They don't want to take anything off the map. I mean, let's be honest. The Tehran ban, like that's not targeting anything. That's not real.
That's not real.
That's not real. That's an
Never know, man.
imaginary ban.
Dude,
No.
the sick Tehran strats on Towers of Doom, the owl build. Come on, man, it's broken. It's OP.
I mean, let's be honest though. Where's my Tehran Valera?
Oh no.
Just get him.
No.
Tehran Valera is amazing.
Ooh.
You just look at
Yeah.
him funny.
I 100% believe that the conversation. You're not getting Genji again.
Nah,
I'm
dude, I'm
taking
a
Genji.
pick it. I'm a pick it.
Right, and they're like, no, you're not.
Solo queue.
No, you are not. So the Lucio first pick. Interesting.
I mean, I get it and I don't. I get it because the added mobility on this map is massive and bring your team with you. There's so many walls to wall ride on. But at the same time, there's so many strong globals. Like, Jahawk is still on the board. Falstead's still on the board. Like, there's so many good globals on this map that are still up. I mean, Lucio sort of enables fast play, but not as fast as Brushstock.
I mean, this is an iteration of reality where Tyrande was the first ban and Genji was banned afterwards. So to say that there's a different set of prioritizations would be something of an understatement. But I agree. It's kind of...
Oh, that's
I didn't
Yuuj's.
expect.
That's Yuuj's Lucio.
Oh,
I
right.
think.
Yo, he loves
Yuuj?
Yuuj.
Yeah, because I remember back right when Lucio was coming into wait, did the team switch sides?
Nope.
No.
Haha. They saw WhyHeroThere there and said, no
Right.
Zero for you.
And they saw Pichante and were like, hey, let's give him Li Ming.
That's the hero he plays, right?
I think that's the one.
That's just the hero.
That's the hero. Good luck to you.
It
administration.
actually says Pichante there instead of leaving.
Yes, it does. Yes. He looks
Nice
good in that
hat,
outfit, I
Pichante.
have to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look up.
That's the picture we should have used for him.
I know.
Team roster.
You look up Li Ming on the Heroes of the Storm Wikipedia page, and it just has a picture of Pichante.
That's it.
It says Pichante and then also Pichante is his account.
Not to mention they got Lucio Arthas, so good luck.
Yeah, that's gonna be real annoying, especially for Malfurion before the Storm. Zeratul gonna have to set up some pretty next level Void prisons. What Rowboat Riot's already showing, or Rito, sorry. Forgive me.
So I renamed it in the draft because I know I had admin versus Halorin, but I figured we should actually give them the team names. But now it's confusing people, so I might switch it back. That's Halorin's team. So maybe I should just leave it as your names, and then you guys can call them by their team. I'll have to figure that out. I don't have room on the screen because like I love the team names, but at the same time,
People that like have followed me or seen me stream enough, they know Rowboat Cat and everyone.
I mean, if anybody's confused in the chat, our kind admins will put a bunch of names and some equal signs.
There you go.
excellent. Oh, good. And then I got disconnected from my own chat.
Right.
Wonderful. Wrecked indeed. Oh, Lunara as the Arthas counter. Yeah. Okay.
Oh wait.
Oh my god. See, I picked the right set of players.
They just
They go for the
Medivh
milk carton.
stitches.
They go for the milk carton. Oh, I love this team. I'm tweeting about this.
I swapped back to your facial expressions for that. Just
Yes.
Give me a
Just-
minute. Let me drop a tweet.
yo, I'm talking about the fattest tweet of 2017 though. Milk cartons. People about to go missing. It's gonna be so good. Oh man. Oh man. Okay, so this is gonna be interesting because other than Howling Blast, they have no actual hard CC follow up. I guess it's just Gorge for life.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
This is fine.
It's fine.
This is fine.
Dude. That they went with the milk carton comedy, like, that just brings it all around full circle for me. I love this community, man.
Dude, we do all right. We do all right. Oh
This
man.
is
So
good.
for those who aren't familiar with the story of the milk cartons, Halorin, please educate us. Oh, your mic just cut out. Oh, you're
Still?
back. No, you're good.
I'm back. All right. So I'll just come up with a combination name for whatever. And the Stitches Medivh combo, I call it the milk carton because it's like it's the hook in the gorge, and then Medivh throws down a portal, and then Stitches steps into the portal, and whoever got gorged is just gone. Like you just vanish. Your team sends out, you know, if you've seen our Malfurion, please call this. Like you just go away. So whenever I see that, like that tweet got on HTC one time, I thought that was pretty funny.
Please call collect at 1-800-GET-WRECKED.
Yes, I'm very pleased with this.
All right, guys, we'll give it back to you here. Get back into this because this was the game for you lads to be drafting. So let me fix this overlay and we'll get back into it. Good luck, guys.
Hey, Professor.
Yeah, so the administration, the administrative team built by our event admins, it's gonna be Watcher on Lunara, Daring for 3 now on the Muradin. Wrath has stolen away the Zeratul from the other side. EToby on Malfurion and Jusamlee on the Haka.
Over on our right, we're gonna have Rowboat or Rito. My TheWinds is playing Arthas. Yuuj is on Stitches. Pichante is playing that one-trick Leeming. And WhyHeroThere be fulfilling the milk carton dream on Medivh. Now, if they go like
they took stable portal, It's gonna be portal talents all the way.
yes, if they go Putrid Bomb, I'll be upset though. I would be upsetios.
No, they went stable portal. I think it's gonna be slam into Gorge. You just know it. We'll see.
Western server.
Oh yeah, that.
Ramp. I wonder how serious they are.
Probably a little bit.
Yeah.
I think these players need to learn, like, either Blizzard got to make some upgrades to these servers, or these players got to learn to play on 100 ping.
Mm-hmm.
Because well, I mean, honestly, 80 is good. People whine about anything over like 70 or anything over 60, and it's just like 80. You can play at 80. You can do it. You won't be happy about it, but you can do it.
Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like 100's where you start to feel it. But if you don't have it sitting there looking in your face, you probably aren't even gonna notice it that much.
No. You can feel it on certain characters, like Tracer. You can feel it on Tracer.
Yeah.
Tracer and Zeratul. Tracer, Zeratul, Illidan, Leeming. You can totally feel the ping difference. But in the meantime, Daring for 3 looking to make the Winds' life a little bit difficult.
Yeah, he's gonna have a long way back. He's gonna get saved his own life. Nicely done there. Mochrie finds his B key against Watcher. Again, not too shabby. 18 seconds before the first triple altars of the game show up. A slight experience lead for the administration, but level 4 talent is now picked up. Without globals really on the side of Rowboat or Rito, I'm wondering how they're going to prioritize.
Go forth and claim the altars in my name. The Reban Lord demands it.
Anyways, bottom gonna be taken, or no, top gonna be taken by both teams, and then just a rotational fight bottom. It will take a little while for anybody to get there. WhyHeroThere might be able to get the stall, but doesn't decide to commit, and that takes a bit of damage. Gets popped a bit. Should be able to walk through his portal and be safe. And now Lunara's in trouble. Down she goes.
Never trust a big butt in this smile. That girl is poison. And it looks like Rowboat or Rito took heed to that. Trust Lauren. Administration. So they lose Lunara to get ahead in the core points. I would take that trade at this point in the game. Oh, the burrow, Jusamlee. No B key to follow up.
I mean, you know, I don't think he would have taken that much damage, but better safe than sorry. There's a Stitches on the enemy team who's going full slam build. So, like, it's gotta be pretty difficult to get away once you're caught and you're a Dahaka. If you've already used your burrow, you're already in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just a technical ability statement more than anything else. I don't know if there would have been any real kill pressure there, but may as well try to keep yourself alive if you can. Both these teams are level 6. It's kind of jockeying for position. The sapper camps were, however, picked up by Rowboat or Rito. WhyHeroThere floats overhead. Try to make sure there's the most amount of value possible. Mochrie really enjoying these B steps. I like it.
Ooh, chase the base for Mochrie. I'm looking at the tower. I'm like, okay. More displacement, more value to get away, and WhyHeroThere steps into his portal once again because feels Medivh, man.
Feels quite Medivh. You will be able to get back. Next set of altars will be in the bottom portion of the map. Both of these teams, even on experience, should have level 7 by the time the principal elements of this progression play themselves out. I'd imagine we would see the Master's Touch at level 7 for Medivh, and we do. So he's putting something of a target on his back while he tries to hit 30 heroes back.
Yeah, it also makes stalling very, very dangerous. The best Medivhs can do it, but it is a scary prospect. And Pichante will get stalled out, burrowing from the back, and now a lot of damage on this back line.
A nice two-person route. EToby might have set something up. Yuuj is going to hit the portal, get out of there, but low health bars for both Lucio and Stitches. The hook isolates EToby. Is the follow-up damage going to be there? Pichante, can you press your Q key? He does. First takedown in this team fight. Lunara's going to follow up. 3 heroes taken down, but Wrath gets the upper hand on Lucio with the return, and Mochrie says he's boosted.
Yeah. I mean, hi, friends. My name is Li Ming. No matter what composition I'm in, I have the potential to kill everybody. And yeah, some of these East players saying the Western server is too hard for that man. Game just got turned up to 11.
Yeah, I mean, they're still making it work though. They're up 4 takedowns to 1, so they can't feel too bad about things. They ended up trading out one altar for the other, which is something of a victory for the administration. To lose 3 heroes and get at least one of the altars at this stage of the game, one could do a lot worse.
Ooh, WhyHeroThere, looking for them stacks.
Playing it like daring and bold. Let's get back into bird form. Hook goes out. Yuuj does miss the hook there. The full milk carton combo is not yet online. We just gotta see Gorge this one. If we don't see Gorge, I'm gonna be upset.
I believe we'll see it. And in terms of some of the players are like ping hurts. I mean, it definitely affects some mechanical things, but not getting hooked.
Watcher does get hooked. EToby with a nice route here. Come the members of the administration on the turnaround. Portal goes down. WhyHeroThere is able to get out of there. That's going to be a lot of crafty escapes in the employ of Rowboat or Rito. In the top lane, Jusamlee wages war on the TheWinds. You're going to see the Sapper camp picked up by Jusamlee as well. 2 altars in the top left and right. Again, even on experience of both of these teams, heroics will be here. I'm really excited to see how this plays out.
Medivh,
Yes!
Leyline Seal, and yeah, I mean we expected as much, but it's great to see. And I have some dark memories of what the milk carton comp can do. If anybody remembers, it was PAX Prime last year, 2016. Do you remember the hook into Gorge, into Bolt, into Medivh Portal, into Wind Tunnel to kill Lunara?
Like, that's old and nice. 3-person Twilight Dream. EToby makes his mark on his team fight early in the progression. Lucio gets taken down. Leyline Seal on 2 members of the administration. Stitches trying to keep himself alive. Force of Will is going to be there. He sustains long enough before going down. 2 for 1 so far in favor of the administration. Pichante gets a Force of Will. Dan for Lee misses the Stormbolt. The Winds left on an island. Watcher hits the Leaping Strike onto WhyHeroThere is able to get out of there. That was a nice team fight by the administration.
Yeah, no, that came out really, really good with them, especially because the Medivh Leyline Seal stopped Pichante's initial reset, so it couldn't throw out more damage, and then didn't get any value off the reset on the Zeratul kill because he'd been hit by the... got him.
Pichante, the shish kebab, takes down Bambi. Dan Lee for 3 is going to dwarf toss out of there. But the damage is effectively done. That team fight paved the way for both of those altars to get snapped up by the administration. They enjoy a 12-point lead in the core. They get the hook onto EToby. The Gorge goes down. Do we have the portal? There we go. The old milk carton. But Wrath has a good amount of mobility. EToby rotates down as well. Should be able to drop the root down for the disengage if it comes down to it. A little bit of juke action from Wrath. He's showing he's got some fancy footwork on Zeratul.
Yeah, manages to slip dodge the enemy team, and for now, I mean, does look like the administration has pretty clear control, but as we get a little bit later into this game, one great Gorge combo could be huge. And I mean, that was Zeratul. Unless you're going to be able to immediately get another route coming out from Arthas, it's going to be really, like, he's just not the target. If they'd gotten EToby, that would have been an easy takedown.
I agree. I mean, conceptually, EToby has to be the milk carton target because anyone else, Murden can dwarf toss.
Oh, Lunara, you could get Lunara.
But even then, she can leaping strike if she has it available. So it's just gonna, you know, she would be the next best target for sure. But the follow-up has to be there one way or the other. The hook goes in. Wrath does get gobbled up. The portal drops. Force of Will finally gets back there. Should be able to teleport afterwards, though. The orb just misses Raph, so that setup for the takedown's not going to land. Another cheeky try, but no takedowns.
Oh, Medivh's almost to that Master's Touch. Needs 3 more without dying.
Yeah, he's had to play pretty passively, all considered, and he definitely needs to now. This close. The ley line seal goes down after the Void Prison. Jusamlee, another nice Twilight Dream. Pichante trying to do damage to the back line of the administration. Yuuj trying to peel for Jusamlee. WhyHeroThere starts to back out. I gotta save my stacks, guys. I will leave you all to die if that's what it comes down to. But here comes the sound barrier. The base gets dropped. Damn, for 3, we're able to get that passive value off the trait. Wrath on the flank, trying to get damage in. Li Ming's going to be the first to fall. His watch going to drop as well. WhyHeroThere drops portal on the chase. Can he get the takedown? Throws a Q, just misses, gets back home. TheWinds trying to heal for his teammate. The boop is going to knock him back, but that altar's going to get snapped up. The hook goes in. The ice block isn't going to be enough. Mouth goes down.
Ooh, then they could actually turn this. They did lose the altar, but all right. Looks like they are finally going to step away from that. So losing Li Ming, if Li Ming had been alive, she hadn't gotten taken down. Like, you see those reset potentials. You see how low so many targets were. And yes, Medivh was playing a little bit cautiously to finish off the Master Touch, but now that that's done, can play full aggression. It doesn't need to fear at all. So I think that actually colored the makeup of that team fight, and maybe now that Medivh doesn't have to fear. We see some more aggressive play out of WhyHeroThere.
Yeah, he doesn't have to worry too much anymore now that he's had that quest completed. Like I said in the team, like, he will leave you all to die if that's what it takes. We see the gorge go down, and the teleport. Portal goes down. Watcher hits the leaping strike, and no ragdoll is absolutely good. Have you seen me?
I mean, set a new record for long jump Lunaras.
Oh, pole vault Lunara comes out the way.
Where's my Olympics Lunara with the javelin and the track uniform? Like, that skin should have been created by just proxy after that launch.
Oh man, Watcher will be back here in a few seconds, but no matter how the rest of this game goes down, the milk carton worked out at least one solid time, so I'm pleased.
They got to do that again, and then a couple more times. The fact that they reduced portal cooldown makes it so that they can play a little bit more aggressively on the portals and not have to fear committing the portal too early. There's also watch one more level, and that would have been that would have been bad as a probably gonna be fishing hook from Yuuj.
I mean, I was a few pixels away from being an instance of PTSD for Watcher, but Yuuj is getting poked down, has to use his E on the minion to sustain. Danley for 3 steps forward, gets the Stormbolt in on Pichante. Watcher following up with Wrath, gets healed up. Jusamlee is going to be able to get the altar. Arthas should be able to do the same. And this is not a game that Rowboat or Rito can really play. As long as they keep trading out these altars, it's definitely going to lose the same. The gorge goes, the hook goes in. There's the gorge. After the ice block, they hit the portal. And then you're going to see the isolation further with the ley line seal. No takedowns just yet. Pichante trying to do what he can. Twilight Dream goes down onto 2 members of Rowboat or Rito. EToby afterwards starts to channel the altar, gets interrupted. Huge armor reduction all around. Watcher trying to step forward and get some damage in. As long as Pichante can stay healthy, though, this could blow up for real against the administration.
Ooh, that sound barrier is perfectly timed. Everybody low. There's not that huge amount of bursts, long, consistent fights, so you can take your time with using that sound barrier. Now, Wrath on the run. There's a couple of skills missed, but here comes the boostio.
There you go. Mochree's on the chase. Gets the boop. Gets the follow-up damage. Tickles there. Toll to death. The altar is going to get picked up by Rowboat or Rito. Watcher on the flank in a potentially tough spot. The hook goes out. Oh, Jusamlee almost a target. Gets back behind the wall in the nick of time. And Pichante, he was looking for more cooldown resets after this.
Yeah, so here's the stabilize. This is the potential for Rowboat or Rito to turn things back around. Did they just gorge into Haka?
As you do, as one does. Force of Will goes down. He's not going to be able to get back to the portal in time. But the damage goes in. Armor reduction, thanks to Arthas, is going to pave the way for Murd in space to get melted down. And Pichante, he was looking for more after that. But overall, you can't be too upset. You're starting to get yourself back into the game.
Oh, Yuuj didn't take the fishing hook, so every single one of these hooks is just a little bit more difficult to land, but it means that better positioning could just bring him ahead. Like if he's just in the right place at the right time, he's gonna catch people. Because I've seen so many hooks almost catch Lunara in mid-team fight.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, he's invested in a slam build so far, so I'm not entirely surprised to see Pulverize. And to be fair, it hasn't exactly been like, he's not exactly betting 1,000 with these hooks. So he's like, you know, I can get more value just hitting these Pulverizes, continue to slow people down. Crafty heroes like Watcher, that's definitely going to be something to get value out of. So I like the decision a lot by going for Pulverize. But yeah, longer range could have been pretty neat here.
Yeah. I mean, it just depends on where Yuuj is. If he's in the middle of the fight, the Pulverize is going to just slowly get more value. Is like I said, the burst damage is pretty low, so they have to get through Yuuj's health bar and the healing, and there's a Lunara, and there's no Medivh nearby, so Yuuj is doing this old school style.
Yeah, he's going to do it the old-fashioned way. The follow-up is not going to be there. Watcher is able to leaping strike, and Mochrie actually ate a boatload of damage for some. WhyHeroThere gets stunned, and Medivh gets rocked before he can get into the portal. As this single altar shows up, this is devastating for Rowboat or Rito.
Yeah, that was just a little bit off timing. They didn't have Arthas with them. He was still chilling around top, and so they pretty much have to give up this bottom turn-in. They will not be able to get this one, and for the moment, they have to start getting clean picks.
Yeah, this is a bitter pill to swallow as well for the members of Rowboat or Rito. With only 8 points left in their core now, time is going to start to run out. The boss is available, cooldown. You know, these death timers are going to get longer and longer the more this game goes on. So you lose a team fight like that, it's going to be another 4 points off your core.
Yeah. So for them, and they also haven't been able to get that much value. They've been pressured by the Dahaka. So like, even though TheWinds has been up here soaking and getting push, he's doing that into a global. So he's just never really with the team when these quick rotations come in. And they're going to really have to rely on Pichante to finish off some damage so that they don't have to keep giving up positioning around these objectives.
I agree. They also need to make sure Medivh is going to be around when they go for these Gorge combos. Because, I mean, that last team fight was something that Rowboat or Rito actively sought out with Yuuj hitting the Gorge. But with Medivh not there to get the isolation, it just kind of kicked off a team fight that they weren't really in position to win. So I feel like they just need to look around the minimap and see where the rest of their team is before they try to pull the old milk carton off again.
Oof. Looking for it there. I mean, the Haka's just having a ball. Just doesn't have to worry about nothing. It's like, call me when you need me, guys.
Jusamlee's playing the old PvE game. It gets some value for his team, though. The administration claimed the top keep. So that'll be 5 points.
I apologize, guys. I just got disconnected from Discord, so sorry for the lack of commentary during that. I have no idea which is what happened. Hello? Hi? I'm gonna figure out what just happened to our Discord channel, and yeah. So they're probably still talking, not realizing that I DC'd from Discord. So hopefully everything else is good. Hi! That team fight was absolutely crazy. Rowboat or Rito just showed up and went hard. That initial pick there onto Mouth just really just put them over the top. Now they've got level 20, despite the fact they're down on core health. They're actually looking pretty good. So bear with me real quick where I try to figure out what the heck is wrong with Discord. Yeah, connecting. We did it. Okay, hold on. Why? Okay. Yeah. So. All right, I'm just gonna cast this apparently because I can't get back into Discord. There goes the nice, oh, the beautiful TP though from Wrath comes in there And this is looking like it could be a pretty solid engage here. Level 20 is reached. There's the Gorge, not onto the ideal target. The Milk Run's trying to come over. No, actually couldn't get it. Yes, the very end of it. They're putting him back into the fort. Jusamlee is in a rough spot. There's the Border Charge popping that heroic as well. Can he get it off? Yes, he does. The adaptation keeping him alive, surviving through so much, but finally going to go down. There's the first reset for Pichante, as they're going to start to turn this and push in this bottom lane right now. Beautifully executed there for them, as this next altar is going to spawn shortly. Oh, man, that's... Oh, the hook from Yuuj. Barely missing there. Watcher needs to be very careful, though, because if he falls here, that could be the beginning of the end, those staggered deaths. So, while we've got a few seconds, I'm once again going to try and figure out what the heck is up with Discord. So, literally just going to start exiting things. All right. Bear with me, guys. I am sorry, but Discord just decided it wanted to kick me out and not let me back in. So... let's just end Discord and hope it comes back to life here. All right, the team fight's going in. Oh, dear, this is happening right now. Wrath and Friends, WhyHeroThere, they're taking a lot of damage. Porter's going in. Nice 4-man VP with the ley line, canceling out a lot of it on the back end here as they're starting to go in. Nice force of will, trying to get Medivh out of it. They're trying to reposition. And there is the big Twilight Dream connecting onto 3 members. Oh, man. Pichante in the back line taking so much damage. Wrath's going to go and try to get the execution. Can he get it? And no! Is not able to. That force of will, they're trying to get them out, but the break burrow in the back line. Jusamlee. But somehow Pichante is still alive. Are you kidding me? Aggroing the boss as TheWinds. Now in a situation going back in. Wrath's trying to channel this in the background as well. TheWinds taking so much damage. Jusamlee as well. Doesn't have the adaptation anymore. No more essence at his disposal. Dan Lee for 3. Barely missing that hook is used as well. And somehow no one died. Pichante sort of living by the edge, like the spell. Oh my god. Oh dear me. That force armor at level 1 got so much value. Are you kidding me? Let's see if I can get back into Discord now, because this is crazy. Oh dear. Yeah, Discord has just straight died. All right, let me go back into Skype here. Skype it is. What has happened? Yeah, sorry about that, guys. There we go. Yeah, we've disconnected from all the calls. Something has occurred. Rip the sound. Yes, rip the sound indeed. The stream is still up though, correct? I believe the stream is still going strong. Yeah, we're actually still looking okay here. Yeah, I know. Everything is disconnected. Alright, we're going to try and get them back in on Skype. Can we get them back in on Skype? Internet connection problems. Excellent. Alright, we're going to try and get that sorted. Alright, that's not going to work. Alright, Watcher is getting picked up. There's no way he survives this. And he's going to drop as well. The sound barrier being popped for good measure here. 4-16 right now. One more altar capped for the side of the administration. That is a big VP. Very smartly backing out there. They don't want to engage on this down the 4v5. That is not the spot they want to be in. So beautifully executed there from them to try and disengage after Watcher got caught. Watcher, traditionally a tank player from what we've seen, not been in the best spot in some of these situations as that Lunara, getting caught out in some rough spots. Yes, rip indeed. Oh, the hook barely missing. I'm trying. My co-casters are trying to figure out what's going on. We can talk in Skype, but the call's not working. And nothing's sending. Okay. I'm still sending out the stream in perfect quality. So, interesting. Alright, boss is being picked up here, or will look like be picked up here for the side of the administration. This will secure themselves the game. They're fighting over this altar in the bot lane as well. Try to create multiple points of contention here. Able to get them off that is Rowboat or Rito. Nicely done. No VP left, which is their big tool. Lunara is back and coming in through the mid here. Needs to not get caught by TheWinds and Yuuj, though. This is a big deal here in the bot lane. The fight is still going as Stanley is trying to chase down Pichante. Mochrie is in behind enemy lines. There's the root from EToby. The follow-up damage there. That big silence, but the force of will keeping him alive for now to save the sound barrier. Big ley line steals well connected onto 3. Wrath is going in, trying to get the team there. There's the nice orb going in. And Mochrie is just trying to live to the back of this as well. Wrath is very low. Stanley 3 getting booped around in the back as well. And EToby and friends trying to recover from this. Wrath barely surviving through that Arcane Blast. WhyHeroThere, they're trying to secure it. No, even with the portals, not enough. Both these teams living on a knife's edge right now as Danley for 3's in the backline. They're still trying to fight over this, though. Mochrie does channel it out, though. So nice hit on there for them, living a little bit longer here. Danley for 3, putting down 12 to 4 is the total core health. We actually see the Haka already rotating back up to that top lane, saying, I am done with this. Danley for 3, that was in a lot of trouble. And there is the hardened shield. Can he live through it? The nice VP. He does survive. Wrath, that is big. Oh, but Pichante is so low. The force of will. The sound barrier. Watcher jumping through it, but no, that might be... Oh, no. Watcher, once again, the target getting caught as Wrath as well is trying to survive through this, and the hook barely misses. So does that. Oh, man. That Howling Blasts barely surviving his Wrath, but the push from Rowboat or Rito is real. And in this lull, I'm going to try and get back into Discord. We'll see if we can make that work. I would love it if I could do that. Okay, we're trying to figure this out here. This seems it's not. I'm so sorry, guys. Is the stream, everything's still working? Everything's still looking good, though, right? Team? Because I'm still in the game. I'm really confused as to what's happening right now. Alrighty. Okay, Twitch is just pooping the bed, it appears. This is like a massive DDoS. What is happening right now, team? Unable to connect the chat. I don't know what's going on. Really don't know what's going on. So I'm just going to keep streaming this on the off chance that it's still working. I don't know what's happening, team! We're going to go for it. Danley for 3, getting chunked to start this off. Mochrie is channeling it. But Wrath is going in, trying to deny this. The administration, this is theirs. If they can get it, they will secure themselves the W here. And then we can figure out what that crap is going on right now. Nice root, though. And that is a big VP catching out too. Stitches and friends are going in there. Yuuj with the Gorge, the Leyline Seal, trying to deny this. Wrath taking so much damage. Capicot is going to kill. No. And yes, they do get it in the backline. EToby with the big silence as well. These forcibles, but absolutely massive WhyHeroThere. And he is going to be able to get himself out for now. The sound barrier as well, keeping them in this WhyHeroThere, jumping around like an absolute devil. He's going to be healing himself through this. Surviving WhyHeroThere, the god. Can he live a little bit longer? No, he doesn't, but Malfurion drops as well. That is the healer going down. Pichante getting absolutely netted right now as Watcher is chasing that Mochrie, but he's going to drop as well. The tanks, they're trying to survive through this. Danley for 3, Mochrie and friends. It is the battle of the warriors, but the support is going to be the difference maker here as they're surviving through this. That Rejuve is getting so much value. The big stun there, the root locking them down. Danley for 3 is going to drop. There's the B-step, and that is going to be it. GG. This game is going to go the way over of Rowboat or Rito, securing themselves that 2-0. Okay. Okay. I don't know what's going on. Can you hear me? I just got DC'd from everything. Did I just get DDoSed? Is that what just happened? Did I get DDoSed? Because I just got disconnected from BattleNet 2. Like, I have no idea what's going on. What? But I was still in the game. And I'm still sending out the stream? 0 drop frames? Team, hello? Okay, so I'm going to pull up my phone real quick. And we're going to figure out what's going on. We're going to figure out what is going on. Did I just get DDoSed? I think I don't know what just happened. So bear with me for a second here, guys. We're going to hop onto a quick break and put on some music and figure out what the hell is going on. Okay.